All right, so I am back with you. What did you come up with? So we left you with the question, how might having travelers and explorers dictating what we see of another culture be dangerous or fundamentally flawed? So what did you come up with? Did you think maybe that the traveler's interest might not have been in depicting culture 100% accurately with an unbiased perspective? Okay, they're trying to tell a story. Think about when you go fishing. You don't tell exactly what happened. You don't say the fish was exactly 4 inches long. You say, well, the fish was huge. It was this big. It was a crazy battle to get that fish out from the water, right? So you're going to embellish the story a little bit. There also was no standardization in the understanding, categorization, or recording of these cultures that you're seeing. So if it's not standardized, it's going to differ from one traveler, explorer, or theologian. It's going to differ from that person to the next talking about the cultures, right? So it's not standardized. Okay, so these are just a couple of the issues. Hopefully you guys came up with some really cool examples or reasons why, okay, this might not be the most accurate or best practice or best information. Okay, and the important thing here is to remember that these people doing this sort of recording of other cultures, this isn't anthropology. Anthropology didn't develop out of that initially. The point here is that people have been interested in these cultures for quite a while. Okay, and for a long, long time. As long as humans have been interacting, we've been interested in other cultures. So this isn't a new phenomenon. This isn't a new field. Okay, it's not a new place of interest for humans. So then what is anthropology? Okay, Welsh and Vivianco is the textbook we use in our on-campus at the Larimer campus. Okay, so you'll see me cite that a lot, so we'll get some information from there as well. It's not required reading for you, but when you see that citation, just know that that is our on-campus textbook as opposed to the online textbook that we use. They do differ. Okay, so anthropology, according to Welsh and Vivianco, they talk about it as the study of human beings in biology, prehistory, history, language, culture, and social institutions. Okay, your textbook looks at it as the biological and cultural origins of humans. But really it provides this framework for asking questions. It talks about where humans have been, where humans are going, and maybe about how to solve some of the problems today that we see in the world. Okay, so this is again going to be that applied perspective that your textbook takes, solving those problems. Okay, so it's really just the study of humans and pretty much everything that makes us human, including evolution and historical perspectives on what makes us human. So then where did anthropology begin? Okay, it's, like I said, not a super new field. So you've got in the 1800s, it's coming about as an academic discipline, really focusing on observation and analysis of human variation. Remember I said traditional anthropology is variation, while we're starting to study now more similarities. Okay. So looking at different variation in humans. Okay, and it was built a lot on the natural sciences, so in the age of reason. So we're starting to study other species, not humans, but we're studying other animal species in the plant in the world around us. Okay, and we're doing it in a very systematic way. So we're observing, recording, and learning about those things. So then how can we apply that to humans? Can we apply that to humans? Can we study ourselves? Okay, so along with this kind of age of reason, there's also 3 key forces that kind of shape the development of anthropology. Those are industrialization, the rise of evolutionary theory, okay, and Darwin, those ideas he proposed, okay, and then the spread of European colonialism. So we'll talk about each of these individually for you. Okay, so if we're going to talk about industrialization, right, how might that have changed human society or culture in the area? So down below, again, I want you to brainstorm that. So how might industrialization or the shift from more agricultural rural setting, how might that have changed things for people? Okay, and why might that have spurred us to start talking about human change and human variation in human culture? Okay. So think about that a little bit below, and I'll be back with you in just a minute.